back to my channel, Rescue You. And as usual, me, Rachel. And today I wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about for a while. And I think that's something important that we all should think about. And that's our mentality, in everyone's mentality. Like, in life, we go through the 4 stages of life. We all have the 4 things in life, which is mental, physical, emotional, and social. And that's all in our health. Everybody is like that. We all have those 4 things. Doesn't matter who you are. And if I didn't say it well, you understand what I mean. Anyway, and I want to focus on the mental part today because that can affect all the other ones. If your mentality is adjusted or different, it affects how those other 3 play out in life. So I'm going to focus on that today because for me, that's what I've been focusing on as I've been healing. So after transplant, even before transplant, I always had to build up with my mental health, especially after having chemo or having all this new things happening to me in my body and everything. So when when family members or friends ask me how I'm doing now, I'll be like, oh, I'm good physically. Like, I'm getting there physically, but it's just mentally I need to build up my mind and build up everything because I've gone through so much. So much has happened since August. I'm gonna say August for me. Since August. And it's just everything, it's kind of like been broken down and now it needs to be restructured back together, especially in my mind. Like, for me, my mentality is way different than what it was last year, way different than what it will be next year. My mentality now is like a growing process. And I'm sure for anyone, doesn't matter if you've gone through what I've gone through or not, everyone's mentality is, every day is growing. But right now for me, it seems like I'm at the low point. Like, sometimes I might freak out about something, and other times I might not even remember what I was doing or how to spell it. I confuse words. Everything is just, it seems to be new to me. It's like, your mental state is, to me, is like the foundation. So for me, if that's not right, then I won't be doing all right. Because if I don't have that in order, then nothing else will go in order for me or for anyone else. So let me go more in depth into this. I'll try not to make it too long. And okay, so your mind, my brother tells me this all the time, so I remember it. Your mind is the most important muscle in your body. It is like the most important. This right here, your brain, is way more important than any other muscle in your body. Like, you can work out 10 times a day if you want. You can lift weights. But if you don't have this, if you don't got this strengthening and all that, if you're not working on it, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you got muscles or not, if you don't. If this isn't alright, then you're not alright. And that's what I believe. So for me, I tried these past few months, man, like working, like before all this, you could tell by my room, I'm a huge fangirl. I love movies, shows, everything. Well, not everything, but, and I love to read. Like, I absolutely loved reading. You take me to Barnes and Nobles, I'll stay there for hours because I love books. So after going through my transplant and everything, and going through and suffering from chemo brain, I'll get into chemo brain in another video because that's just, oof. Suffering from chemo brain, it's just all that. Like, all my reading and everything, it got harder because I lost a little bit of who I was, a little bit of who I am, and I lost that part of my brain that helps me, like, that adores reading. So that took months to build up. Literally, I started a book in December and didn't finish it till maybe April because it took a while for me to read, and it took a while to give myself motivation because in my head, I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. It's too many words. I get confused, and it was frustrating. So it was frustrating on my part, and I was just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to read. I don't want to write. And I didn't. I didn't do all those things, and I wasn't training my brain again. So it's not till recently that I've gone back to reading. Like, it took me so long, and it took a lot of strength, and it took a lot of willpower, and it took me training my brain again, saying, "You can do this. You got this." I just close my eyes and be like, "You got this. You can do it. You did this before. You could have read so many books by now." And so I started again. I was reading slowly and surely, and then I got pulled into the book, and I got back on the habit of reading as much as I can. Like, I love to read, so I'm back on that mentality that, oh, this book, it's like it pulled me, it's drawn me in, and I'm gonna keep reading it. So I might have lost it, but it came back because I worked on it. And now I'm working on my writing because, to me, I mix up a lot of words. So writing is harder. And I'm about to go to school in the fall. And I haven't been to school since I graduated back in like May of 2017. So I haven't been training my brain. And now I've waited so long because I kept telling myself I couldn't do this, I couldn't do it. And now it's like the time has come, and I have to get used to it. And all it is just getting used to something you haven't done in a while. It's like if you have an old habit, and it was like a good habit. It's like what you go to school for. You write, you learn. And when you go on summer break, like, you have to retrain your brain. It's like why some parents make you still do all like the little summer writing books, the little summer activity books that have math problems on 'em, because they're trying to keep that in your brain so you won't lose it over summer break. And that's important. And you might think it's terrible, but that's the whole point. They want to keep that inside so when you go back to school, you won't be struggling. So for everyone, I feel like your mentality all depends on who you are. I mean, hopefully you understood what I meant by back then with all the books and everything, because that was me retraining my brain, and we all have to do that. I mean, some people it's harder for others, and some people have seen a lot, they've gone through a lot. Like, okay, to anyone who might go through a transplant or anyone who's going to have a transplant, this one on one right now. This is what I mean for you. When you go on that unit, like my unit, I wasn't expecting, like in my mind, I had a mindset of, okay, I'm gonna go in and out, I just want to get this over with. That's what I kept telling myself. I want to get this over with. And when you get on that unit, once you're in there, you're in there. I don't know how other hospitals work, but the hospital I was at, you did not get off the floor until you were given permission. And for me, that was like a month and a half. So I was on that floor for about a month and a half. You don't go anywhere but that unit. And you see a lot of things. You see, for me, especially if you're a kid or a teenager, and me being 18 at the time, just seeing all these little kids, seeing them, and sometimes it doesn't go as good as it expected to be, and like sometimes you experience loss on the floor, and you see parents sad, you see family members, you see some people like that might be my age, and they might not have anyone to turn to or talk to. Like, all their friends have gone away, they aren't talking to them anymore, and that's a whole nother thing. Friends, I mean, you feel like you're alone in that situation, even if like somebody has to be with you 24/7, like a caregiver. But even if they're there, it feels like you're alone because they don't understand what you're going through, and you've seen a lot. So your whole mental mindset, like your mindset, is just like, I can't believe, like, you see this, like if you've seen the Fault in Our Stars, yeah, it's sad. But then when you get in that whole situation, it's even worse. It's just like no one understands until you get there, and like you see it with your own two eyes. You might have seen it in books and movies and on TV, but it doesn't really, you don't think about it as hard until it's you in that situation. And that's So what I'm telling you right now is you have to come in with a strong mindset. You have to come in like, because you see a lot of sad things, your experience yourself. I don't know, you might experience some things you never thought in your whole lifetime you will experience. And it's hard. And if your mindset, your whole mentality will change. And that's what happened to me. Like I used to be like I had a great self esteem. So, like, when my hair fell out, when all that, lots of people were like, oh, I'm so sorry. You look beautiful, bald. Don't worry. Your self esteem will go up there. I'm like, I mean, I know I look good. So I'm good. But at the same time, like, in my head, I knew my hair was going to fall off. But when the day came, it was just so heartbreaking a little. Like, you're just in the shower and then, oh, well, yes, I'm bald. It's like, it's hard. At first, I was like, I'm gonna be strong, because I had cut my hair before, and I was like, I got this, I got this. But it's not until that day comes, and it's just so hard. And like in your head, before you're thinking, oh, this won't be that bad. Like, especially like when you lose your hair, it won't be that bad. But it's not until you experience it on hand that you're like, dang, was it? Like, it's just like, it comes to your mind that, oh, this is real, that this is really happening. Like, because you might think about it, but you don't expect it. So you don't expect a lot of things you will see, or a lot of things you experience, and that will change who you are and how you see the whole world from that point on. Like, even if you have friends or family that are going through it, not until you see them. Because that changed my friend's whole mentality. Like, not until you see what that person's going through. And, like, it changes how you think of some things, how you see some things, because it's sad. It can be very depressing. Like, it can really get to you and lower you. And like, for me, that happened at a time. Like, I didn't want to get up, I didn't want to do anything, because it's just like, to me, it's like, it's sad seeing this happening left and right, and like thinking in your head, wow, that kid won't get to be my age. They won't get to see the world change. Because, I mean, sometimes people's life ain't short, and and it really can get to you. So you have to keep a certain mentality that you will overcome, you will persevere, and you will continue to be strong. Not just for you, but for all those people, for all those people and your family, your friends, and especially yourself. Like, for me, it took me a long time, even now, to say to myself, like, okay, like, you can do it. You have to do this. You have to do this for you. You have to do this for you. No one else. You got to do it for you. Because sometimes it's like, sometimes the pain can be overwhelming. At least for me. This was me. My pain was so overwhelming. At a point that I was like, I just want this to be over. Like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. Some people suffer, and like, it's just, people would be like, oh, that's selfish to think that, but you don't understand until you get in that position, the pain, the hardship, and all the things that get to you. Like, for the longest time, I had migraines, and I didn't know why, and I still don't know why. But like, and that really changes the way you think, the way the world thinks, and the way you see things. So I guess my advice from you for all this I said, if you didn't understand what I was saying, but hopefully what you got out of this was, when you go in, you have to have that, you have to try to keep a positive mindset. You have to, and I say this to everyone, you have to keep a positive mindset on all the things you see in this world, because this world is, it's a cold world out here, man. It's a sad world. Like, a lot of sad things happen every day, and you have to keep telling yourself things will get better, even if it doesn't. Like, to me, it felt like nothing was gonna get better. But like, look at me now. If you saw me a couple months ago, you would think, sheesh. But you have to believe that things will get better. You have to have hope in yourself. And even if you do lose somebody that's going through this, or going through anything that has to do with the whole mental state of mind, you have to believe that, yeah, it's sad, but you have to believe that this will show you how, you know, how to grow from it. That's especially how to grow from it, how to keep growing, how to live on for this person. Because, like, for instance, this whole thing, this was because I lost a friend, and I want to keep helping people and showing them that, okay, I won't let this get me down. Like, it got me down for a few days. Man, it still gets me down sometimes when I think about it, all the people I've lost. And you just have to keep growing, you have to keep them in mind, and you have to keep doing this for them and for yourself. Like, you have you just have to keep a positive mindset. You have to build that self-esteem, build that mindset, because that's what's gonna lay the foundation for everything. If you don't build that mindset, you won't get anywhere in life, honestly. If you have a negative mindset, you're just gonna be a negative person and no one wants to be around. If you have a positive mindset, you keep looking forward to the future. You don't look back. I mean, you can look back a few times, but don't keep looking back. You gotta keep looking forward, because looking back just, it weighs you down. And I mean, that's what I want you all to take from this. To keep looking forward, keep moving forward, keep being positive, and build that mindset every day. Don't let little things get to you. Don't let the little things, even if they're big things, you can't let it get to you. You can let it get for you for one day. You got one day. That's why I'm giving you 24 hours. You got 24 hours. But after that one day, you gotta be like, okay, how can I change it? How can I change the world? Everyone can change the world and make a difference. Ooh, everyone can make a difference in this world. Everyone can make a difference in somebody's life. So you can't be like, I don't want to do this anymore. No one wants to do this. No one wants to play the game of life all the time. But we have to, because that's life. And that's what happens. We have ups and downs, but you have to pick yourself up, because you don't know how you can change somebody's mindset or how you can change them. So, yeah, I guess that's all. I hope you got something from this. I know I was talking for a while. Try not to make it too long. I exceeded my 3 minutes. I thought I would be talking. I knew I was going to talk for 3 minutes. Now I'm talking too much. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you next week or whenever I decide to post a video. So remember to keep a positive mindset no matter what you're going through, and go hug somebody today. Go give somebody a hug. Give somebody a hug. Okay.